Welcome, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. It is Friday Night Comics. It is Friday night where I am, where Carly is. Maybe where you are, it's early Friday afternoon. Maybe it's Saturday morning. We've seen that too. We don't know what's going on. Wherever you are, whenever you are, thanks for being here. We call it Friday Night Comics. You are at Sequential Artists Workshop. These are the workshops we've been doing for 3 years now. We took them over from The Believer. Sequential Artists Workshop is a 501(c)(3) nonprofit. We have a lot of courses where you can learn how to make comics and share your comics. That's at learn.sawcomics.org. We have a lot of courses coming up. For instance, we're enrolling our year-long certificate program. This is the last week to enroll. Excuse me. And you can find out at learn.sawcomics.org. Also, in this spot next week, I only do like this Friday night workshop. I'm going to be the host. Oh my God. And it's called Lettering OMG. And the reason it's called that is because I have to go to SPX the next week and do a lettering workshop. And I wasn't sure what I was going to do. So I thought I would try some things on you guys. Anyway, next week in this spot is me, all solo. However, you can also sign up for graphic medicine 3-month deep dive with Maureen Burdock. That's November through January. Also, September 5th, which is just a few days away. If I can get this thing to go. Lark Pian, who was here last week, is doing a 90-minute version of her Chicken Moves, Mind Body Grooves, which is super good. Look at those great drawings of those chickens on that screen. Tell me you don't want to draw those things. I do. Anyway, that's happening. That's also at learn.sawcomics.org. Carly, our host tonight, is going to be hosting a week-long workshop in Gainesville, October 21st to 25th. We'll tell you a lot more about that in upcoming weeks, but you should come to it because Gainesville is awesome. And Carly is awesome. Certificate program, signing up now. Last days. Okay. Excuse me. So SAW survives from tuitions and donations. Thank you if you donated tonight or any other time. That really helps us keep these workshops free. It helps us do all sorts of things, scholarships and other kind of initiatives that are really kind of gonzo, but make the world a better place. There's lots of ways to support us. This PayPal, Patreon. You can become a sustaining member. We'll put a lot of these links in the chat and you can find out more. So please, no inappropriate speech or imagery. Keep it PG-13 when you're doing the sharing. Appreciate that. Share tonight on social media. Hashtag Friday Night Comics at Comics Workshop is our at symbol thing. You won't believe Carly's. I've never understood it. It's Hunger Eating Munch. We will post that in the chat so you get it right. Members.sawcomics.org is a place where you can share your comics as well. And also every week we do a PDF from these comics tonight. And we make a PDF and we upload it to seesawcomics.org. And you can be a part of that by uploading, and that link will be in the chat. It'll also be sent to you on Sunday, I think. And those PDFs are really fun. Anyway, enjoy. Tonight is Carly. It is August 30th, Family Migration Stories. Carly, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're doing this. I gotta stop sharing. I
Thank
think
you so much. Oh, yeah. Thanks,
there you go.
Tom. I
Yeah.
can share my screen
Wait, I'm gonna
now.
spotlight you. You're gonna get really big for a second.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Hi,
Um,
everyone.
so
Sorry,
Carly,
Tom.
thank you. Yeah, I will just be in the chat. I'll be like summarizing what you do, and you tell me what you need, and we'll go. Okay.
I will let you know. Yeah. Thank you so much, Tom. Hi, everyone. I'm Carly. I'm excited to meet you all. I want to make it so that it's like gallery view, but I'll figure that out when we're doing some warm-ups. For now, I'm going to share my screen and tell you about myself and what I do. And that shouldn't take more than like 5 minutes. So let me go ahead and share. Okay, so yeah, thanks for coming. We're doing family migration stories. It can be any kind of family. It doesn't have to be blood. It can be chosen family, pet family, whatever family you wish. It doesn't matter at all. And this is a panel from my graphic novel that I'm working on. It's my first graphic novel. And I actually did the year-long program in person with Tom in 2018 to 2019. And even though I wasn't writing this back then, I was definitely making stories like this. So I feel like that's just important to say, like for anyone that's interested in making a graphic novel, because it turns out you're just making a heck of a lot of pages about like a lot of the same thing, for me at least.
Mm.
Um, okay, yeah. So yeah, my Instagram handle is really weird. It's from a poem my dad wrote when he was 18 that I found when I was 18.
What?
Um, yeah. Um, so yeah, I don't know why I did that, but I just really liked how it ended with hunger, eating, and munch. So that's my Instagram. And I'm working on posting more stuff from my graphic novel, but it sure is hard to keep up with panels and stuff. I just started as assistant director at SAW, which is really exciting and fun, and why I'm getting to put on that week-long workshop. And Tom is correct. There will be a zine festival here in Gainesville, which is really exciting. I've been working on it all week, and we're going to meet about it next week. And it's on March 8th of 2025. But don't worry, you're probably going to get a lot of emails about it. So you will know about it on Instagram, on Facebook. I'll make sure everybody knows about it. Yeah, and I think that's it about me. Which I will get into more me stuff, but I just wanted to quickly share a few finished pages from the graphic novel and then some process pages. So the graphic novel is set up in two different stories. The first story is the story of my great-grandmother and my grandmother traveling from the Ukraine to Argentina, finally to New York, and not included, but for one panel or one page at the very end is they're traveling down to Florida finally. So we're going to do a fun exercise with like maps and traveling and stuff like that. And then the second part of the graphic novel, so like about half of it, is based in Lima, Peru, in 1801. So sorry, just to go back, this is based, my grandmother's story is based in the 1960s, so like 1965 to 1970. And the other half of the graphic novel is based in 1801 to like 1816, I believe. And this is based on Thornton Wilder's book from 1920, The Bridge of San Luis Rey. You don't have to remember absolutely, literally any of this, but it's a really good book.
There's
And
no
I
test.
can, there's no test. Maybe. Maybe once the book is out, I'll like make a little, who knows?
Gail says she
Um,
likes that book in the chat.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll add it to the chat during warm up. I will not forget because I love that book. I've read it like 12 times. So yeah, just some finished pages to give you an idea. My process is really important to me. I work in my notebook here, so where my hand is. I can show you a few just like basic pages with thumbnails. And then from those thumbnails, I turn them into pencils. So these are some pencils that I try to make super neat and clean, and I do them all in Procreate. Once I'm done with doing them in Procreate, I lower the opacity and I print them out onto watercolor paper and and paint traditionally. So that's why it looks the way it does. I like Procreate because I can because it's a graphic novel, I can repeat panels pretty easy and just press copy and paste for my pencils. And then I grew up doing watercolor and oils and stuff. So I didn't want to like totally let go of that and go totally digital, which is why you see some watercolor stuff. And this will be published by Field Mouse Press. They're super cool. You should also check them out on Instagram. I can also add them to the chat. Okay, cool. And then yeah, just an example of what my comics look like, what they're gonna look like tonight, basically. Just like really loose, really, I think this is like the funnest doing thumbnails. So we're gonna work on some, I consider them thumbnails. Some people would consider this fully done. It just depends on like what kind of process you like. So yeah, that's a little bit about what I do. I made some character sheets. Okay, so this is what I wanted to kind of get into tonight. I'm going to tell you the very short story on my end of my family, and I'm going to choose my blood family because that's what I'm writing about. So I just know a lot about it. And then we're going to do some warm-ups, and from those warm-ups, we're going to make a 4-panel comic about our family migration story. And like I said in the very first minute of my speech, let me know if I'm going too long, Tom.
Oh, good.
It's okay, cool. Truly like any family you like. So this can be your pet family, your chosen family, your polycule, whatever you wish. I'm choosing my blood family because I think it's very interesting. So we are originally from Tulchin, Ukraine. That's a shtetl, and that's where that was all made to make this. And then my great grandmother lost all of her family in Ukraine. So she moved to Buenos Aires, Argentina. And that's where a lot of my mom's side of my family still resides. I just visited there for the first time ever last year. So beautiful. So this is that we're technically porteños, so we were born in the city. And then my grandmother, who was born in Buenos Aires, decided she didn't want to live in Buenos Aires anymore. You'll find out in the book why not. I won't give any spoilers away. So she moves to Seaford, Long Island with my grandfather, very, very pregnant with my mom. Finally, she has my mom, and my grandfather passes away, and they decide to move to Pompano Beach, Florida, where my step grandfather is from. So that's how we ended up in Florida. And then I went to school in Gainesville, which is why I posted my little gator from kayaking the other day. And now I'm here and I love it here. And I got to meet Tom. And that's what I love about family migration stories is like my family is from so far away. And now I'm here and I do think of this as home. And I love being part of my own like diaspora. And I'm really passionate about the diaspora. And I love that I get to cultivate that here in Gainesville with this gator and my dog and with Saw. So yeah, that's kind of like the message I wanted to spread with my book. Um, okay, let's get to some drawing. Everyone ready to draw?
We're always ready to draw. But we also love
Fantastic.
hearing great stories. So
Yeah, I'm trying to pop the light a little bit closer to my sorry, it's not the most I don't have like one of those I don't know what you call them, like the things on Instagram where you can film yourself
yeah.
painting. I don't own that.
Spoiler alert,
Um
there's like two at Saw and you can borrow one. But anyway, that's not for tonight. It's too late.
okay, next time. Sorry. I should have done that. I was on saw today. Okay. So I can time us for the first warm up. Um, you're going to write out just very plain and simple, and I'll do it as well. On a piece of paper, it can be landscape or portrait, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just keep it close to you the whole night. Write out the places that your family are from or have been to in chronological order. This could include a vacation. So try to include at least 4 places, just for the 4 panels. But if you have 2, that's perfect. Then you can do some nice, beautiful wide shots. Okay, so it's
So should we do that?
7:14.
Are we going to talk about the map part too?
We'll talk about the map part after we write some stuff down.
Oh, okay. Are
If
you
that's
going to?
okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine. But
I'm gonna write this.
I might ask you to stop sharing so we can see your paper and then we can share again.
You got it.
Sound
Okay,
good? Okay, I'm going to spotlight the paper. There we go.
cool.
So in
Awesome.
the chat, everybody, to warm up number 1, tell me if I got it right, Carly. Write all the places your family are from in chronological order, 5 minutes. Try to include at least 4 places.
That's exactly it. Yes, exactly.
I'm going to write that again.
Do you want me to post it in the chat?
No, I did.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Okay,
How
it's in the
long do
chat.
we get, please?
5 minutes, if that's suitable. You can always take more time.
Thank you.
Of course, yeah. Okay, so it's 7:15, so until 7:20.
I'm going to assume it's okay to make things up too because I'm a mutt and nobody has any idea where we're from.
Okay, I was just about to, yes, exactly. Jack is 7 generations Floridian. I just think that's
Oh,
fantastic to
well, so
share.
Palm Beach,
So
St. Vero Beach,
fantasy,
or yeah.
yeah, exactly. Fantasy is perfect. I'm writing down some like identifiers, and places I like drawing next to my place.
I'm putting as one of my places a boat because I know some of my ancestors must have come over on a boat, but I don't know how. So I'm just putting
No,
a
I just saw
boat.
something in the chat about the sea, and like that, like
Yeah.
I'm talking about human evolution is also a family migration
That's
story.
great. Yeah.
So I
Hmm.
love that. Like that's what I'm looking for. Oh God. If we could just talk about sci-fi all day also, like that would be so fun. Next time.
Future family.
Future family, yeah. Oh, I should do that.
Oh, so you're writing like things about the place as well, huh?
Yeah, it's like even when I'm writing a comic or something, I'll put in parentheses little notes of what I would want to draw if I had a few pages to elaborate on something. Um, it's totally up to you what you put though.
Mm.
I think we have about 3 more minutes. Man, now I want to see everybody else's sketchbook.
We have plenty of time.
Okay,
Well, when did your relatives go from Ukraine to Buenos Aires?
1910.
1910.
Yeah, 1910-ish. I can actually put that.
So that they went via boat as well.
Definitely. Yeah, that's like that's a good point. I didn't even put
Well,
boat.
you don't have to. I'm just asking for my own purposes. What do you think happened? What was that boat ride like?
Ah, have you ever read Isabel Allende?
No, you told me to though.
Did I talk? Everyone should. Along Petal of the Sea, she describes a boat ride from Spain to Chile. And
Mm.
I think it was like that, like pretty miserable, pretty nauseating, pretty crowded.
Mm.
But I don't know. I wish I could ask my great grandma, like genuinely. I think part of the reason I'm making the graphic novel is to like talk to her and talk to
Yeah.
them. Anyways, let's see what else. All right. So wrap up like however you need. I ended up getting lazier with each with each list item. Um, and I'm looking at the chat. Oh yeah, do it does not have to be in chronological order also. Nice. Oh my gosh, does AI like update the chat?
No.
Oh, okay, that's you. Okay. It's like what? Oh, somebody put, yeah, Gail put a Bridge of San Luis Rey summary. Thank you, Gail. Oh, it's such a good. Yay, I like the chat. A graphic treatment of Allende. Hi, Rebecca. Um, Rebecca just asked if I know anyone who has done a graphic treatment of Isabel Allende's novel. Honestly, I would love to be that person. I
Huh.
don't know of anyone. I used to want to be the person that did it for Ruta Sepetys, who's like a Thanks, Rebecca. Rebecca said you should be. I will email Allende. I would also love to do it in Spanish, even though I'm not that good at Spanish. It would be fun. Sorry. Okay, I'm getting distracted. All right, so let's go to our next warm up so that we don't get distracted and or
Warm up number 2.
the warm up number 2. Let me share my screen once more. Okay. So let me go ahead and put this in the slideshow. Okay. So for warm up number 2, and I can draw a quick example. This is not fancy. On a separate piece of paper, just so you have space, connect all of those places together and create an icon for each place. So I'm just going to give a quick example in my notebook because I don't want anyone to do anything like too fancy or like laborious. Okay, I want to make sure you can see the whole page. I'm going to hold my phone for a second. Okay,
Wait.
so yeah.
If we're really going to see we need to stop sharing again because
Oh, right.
we only see your screen. But you totally can do that because
You have the warm up.
I just put it in the chat. Yep.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, if you want to start, you totally can. I just wanted to give a quick example.
Let me highlight that. So the request is in the chat, and now your sketchbook is. So it says,
Okay.
make a map on a separate piece of paper, connecting all of those places together, and create an icon of each place. We're going to do this for 5 minutes, but you're going to show.
Yeah, really quick.
Okay.
My map always looks like this. I don't know why. That's just why. That's the kind of map I want to make. And then I want to make 4 dots.
Oh, wow. So your map is just like a thread. It's not like a land
Yeah.
mass kind of thing.
Map is like really misleading. It's just it's this Linda Berry exercise I really liked that I found online. And I'll try to find like the full thing. It's a little bit longer than this, but I wanted to condense it for Friday Night Comics. So yeah, I wanted to show that just because like it can be really simple. It can be a thread, it can be a line. And essentially you just fill in the places, whether it's if it's in chronological order, great. If not, fine. Either
Oh, got
way.
it. Mm-hmm.
And I like this map because it's kind of like life is crazy and takes us in insane directions. So it like reminds me like, sometimes you go through loops or whatever, you do weird stuff.
Yeah, yours is blowing my mind because first of all, it's left to right instead of right to left, which is like the traditional west to east or east to west.
Right. Yeah. I
And it's
definitely don't have
and it's
compass.
Ukraine. Buenos Aires is up from Ukraine, which is also blowing my mind because traditionally it's down. But so you're really going abstract. I like it. Thank you.
It's weird, but it's fun. It's like kind of like oh, this is my own map. This is my own fantasy in a way.
Mhm.
Okay, and then the last place is Florida. And you don't have to take 5 minutes for this, but yeah, I like to think of icons, especially because sometimes comics panels are so small that you don't want to draw like every single brick in the building, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Um, okay, I'll try to think of an icon for each of these. Yeah, we have about like 5 minutes. Oh, I'm trying not.
What is that?
The
Oh,
horse.
oh, nice. Oh, great. Okay. That's so
You
cool.
know, something simple. I don't know.
What is-
Sorry, I want to make this stable. Some of my palm tree is cut off from.
Okay.
Okay, okay. I'll let it be cut off. I see someone in the chat. Oh yeah, someone, Judith Margolis said they love the book about her daughter. I love that book too, but it also destroyed my body and like my soul. It was so good.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd say about like a minute left on our icons. Um, again, nothing like fancy. As you can see, I'm going really loose with mine.
I recently found out that my great grandmother was attacked by a civet cat in her own bed in a in a in their house, which was in a hole in Oklahoma. I still
Holy,
don't exactly understand how what the structures were there, but I do know a lot of people in the Dust Bowl lived in these like dugout holes. Anyway, yeah, civet cat got into her bed and attacked her.
Tom, did you include, are you gonna make your comic about
I don't know.
Oklahoma?
I'm just following instructions. I don't
Okay.
know what I'm gonna make a comic out of yet.
I hear you. I hear you.
Check.
Yeah, bad kid. Sorry, I should close the chat. I should not be doing that.
No, the chat.
It's fun. I like talking to everyone. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen for the next warm up for anyone
Great,
that's done.
great.
If you're not done, no worries. This is very, very chill. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm gonna let it be. Let's see. Slideshow. Okay, so for these, you can do both of these at the same time because they're kind of like uh twin flames, if you will. So for our second warm up, it's kind of like we're prepping to draw this comic already. You're gonna draw yourself as a traveler with all of your essential travel needs. So I need my hand sanitizer. I need my mask. So like that will be in my drawing. Um, give about 10 minutes for this whole, so take your time. And you can totally start if you like.
I don't think we should take our time, Carly. I think we
Okay,
should
don't take your time.
I, because
We're gonna,
if we're gonna do a comic after this, I think we're sort of running out of time. So maybe these could be like 3 minutes each.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
let's do 3 minutes each. That's perfect. Yeah, sorry about that. I got
Oh, it's okay.
distracted with the fun. Okay, so yeah, draw yourself as a traveler. And then the second part, you can make it a little two-panel loving little panel of comics if you want. Draw yourself in a nest. It could be a physical nest, it could be your couch, it could be your bed, it could be your lawn chair, something super cozy, comfy. Include anything and everything you need for staying as comfortable as possible. So we have 6 minutes total to finish this. So at strictly 7:35, we are starting our comics.
That's about right.
Okay, cool. Thanks,
And I
Tom. Thanks for
sure, I just
keeping me on the clock here.
yeah, I think we're already behind. I just put that in the chat, so you can stop sharing your screen if you want.
You got it. Oops,
Okay,
sorry.
cool.
You will be showing me your comics, but not yet. Okay.
So warm up number 2, just to repeat that.
Thank you.
Draw yourself as a traveler for 3 minutes. Draw yourself in a nest. What do you need to stay comfortable? Total 6 minutes for those two things. Let's see. Oh, wait, did I spotlight? I didn't spotlight you. Hang on. There we go. Here. Oh, cool.
Can you see what I'm drawing? Okay, I can see
Yep.
it now. Perfect.
Excuse me.
I wish I could spotlight like everybody's various. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, about 4 minutes left.
Oh, look at that nest. So cozy.
I just want to feel like I wanted to make it like basically a bird's nest out of pillows, like if I could. Oh my gosh. Okay, we have 2 minutes left to finish our nests. Um, Quick story. I wrote a comic called Nest, but it wasn't about a fun thing. It was about multiple cockroach nests inside of my house. So I can totally bring those to SPX and share them with people if anyone's over there. Let's see, I really messed up my arm. I guess I'm allowed to have a messed up arm. Okay, so find some finishing point. Mine was putting Real Housewives on my laptop in my nest. I forgot to put my iPad, but you know what? Maybe my iPad isn't part of the nest. Maybe that's work. um, and revel in your nest drawing, even if you have a messed up arm that's petting a dog. It's still beautiful.
That's a great cartoon arm. It's not nice.
It's
No,
like-
seriously.
um, yeah, we're just keeping these super loose.
Okay, let's make it.
And
What,
okay,
what do we do?
let's make a comic. All right, cool beans. So let me go ahead and share my screen.
Oh yeah, I'll remove the spotlight.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to make a comic. So it's your choice. I think 4 panels is more doable than 6 panels. I just was excited about a 6 panel comic. So we're gonna make a 4 panel comic, and based on your map, based on your 4 warm-ups, basically. So your map, your list of places, you're going to include at least 2 of the places that you made an icon for. You can make the icon the whole panel, whatever you wish. And then at least 1 full body character that could be you, a pet, any fantasy character that includes the head, the shoulders, the torso, and the feet. You or someone in your family or your friend group within or without that place. So 4 panel comic, at least 2 different places uh, in your 4 panel comic, wherever you want that to be. And then at least 1 character where you can see their full body. I
All right.
love giving the full body cue because my teens hate it. And I think that's good.
All right, I put that in the chat too. So make a 4 panel comic that includes the following, at least 2 of the places that we mentioned in our first warm up. And at least 1 full-bodied character. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Let's make this.
Comic.
Oh, I will
Can we
make
do let's see, if we do 4 minutes per panel, that gives us 16 minutes. That puts us at 52 minutes. Is that okay?
That's absolutely perfect. Yeah. Does that work for you, Tom?
Pretty typical. Four minutes per panel. I'll put that in the chat.
Okay, cool.
And
I can cue us when to like kind of move on to the next.
you have a timer? You can do 4 minutes.
Yeah, I
That'd be
have
awesome. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Step one.
Not everyone is as tech savvy as you. We appreciate that.
We only have 3 minutes left on the
Oh yeah,
first
sure.
panel.
All right, yeah. Erica asks, should this have a story or just pics?
Oh my gosh. Great,
Great
great
question.
question. It doesn't have to have a story. I think that just having the images alone is part of the story to me. I love having storyless panels, but if you want to include dialogue, I didn't cue dialogue, but if you'd like to have dialogue or some sort of narration or story, please, please. And we have about 3 minutes for this first pan. Thank you, Erica, for asking.
Oh wait, I meant to spotlight your
I
drawing.
had to start over anyway, so that's
Oh,
perfect
good. Good
timing.
timing.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the point where I ask the artist if they already have something in mind, or are you making it up as you go along right now?
Oh, I'm fully making it up as I go along with all y'all because I thought that would be fun to like be
Yeah.
also doing it.
Excuse me. Let's- I want to put my nest drawing into it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you totally should. I love that nest exercise. I've done it a few. I love it. All right. Make any finishing touches on that first panel. If you're like flying through, ignore me. I just wanted to cue anyone that's like still working on the first panel, find the finishing touches you'd like to find. Um, yeah, we're gonna move on to the second panel. We have about 3 minutes left on our second panel. All right, coming into some final little drawings for panel number 3. No, panel number, wait, I think we're finishing panel number 2. I'm so sorry. We're about to start panel number 3. Got ahead of myself.
That feels about right.
Yeah, you're up. Yep.
You're just super fast. That's okay. It's inspiring. We
I
like.
want I have a lot of these shots in my book, so I realize why I'm able to do it off the cuff because I can think of panels I've already drawn.
Tell us about that third panel. What is that building and that flag?
Yeah, I tried to make it look like they're in America. I tried to make that an American flag, so that's one of the bad things about being quick. You won't always succeed.
It's an American flag. What's the building?
It's an apartment building in Seaford, Long Island.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I want to come up with some more like identifying features. I don't know.
Does tornadoes have an E in it?
I think so.
I think so too.
The plural.
Today it does. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. All right, cool. So let's move on to our third panel if you're going along with the yeah, exactly. With the
Oh, the AI cat. I wasn't
yeah,
watching.
I just got distracted by the chat. If you're going along with the panel queuing, you ought to start panel number 3 so that we have time to show each other.
Wait, are you sure? Because now I feel like because we said we'd be done by 52 after, and that's about.
Yeah, panel 3 will be until 7:47.
Oh,
And then,
gotcha.
yes,
Okay, keep going.
yeah, keep going. If you want to move on to panel 4, even better, or not. But yeah, you have 2 more minutes on panel 3.
I see. Sorry, I thought we were just.
No, it's all good. I think I screwed myself up with the queuing. So about a minute left on panel 3.
Oh, Leonie is familiar with your mate and bombilla. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What kind
Leonie's
of,
okay,
what kind of, yeah, what were you gonna say?
oh, I don't know. I'll let you chat with
No,
yeah.
I was just, let us move on to um panel number 4, if you can. All I wanted to ask was, what kind of mate do you drink, Leonie? We do rosa mate in this household. Uh, perhaps rosa mate is popular in your household as well. Oh, that's cool. It sounds like, oh yeah, okay, so your ancestors are from Buenos Aires as well. And Gail's
Wow.
too. Yeah, Buenos Aires is like Italians and Jews and French, a ton of French people. I had no idea how many French people went to Buenos Aires. We did like this tour, this like free walking tour thing. Oh, nice. Jewish. Yeah, I'm Jewish from Russia too. I know it says Ukraine, but it was like the Pale Settlement, Russia. Sorry, it sounds like I'm having a conversation with myself. I'm talking to Gail. Gail responded. uh, Yeah. Yeah, the music is so beautiful there. Somebody else said, Leonie said that Buenos Aires is such a melting pot, hence the music.
Mm,
I did not know until I visited how slow tango is. I thought tango was like quick and whatever, but it's like
oh,
super like
Dun,
slow and yeah, like very dramatic.
dun,
So
dun.
I did put a tango scene in my book. I was like, okay, now that I've seen this live, I have to have to include that. Oh, cool, Judith. I just visited Łódź, Poland, 2 years ago, and we went to the ghetto there, and it was super incredible. And oh, that's cool, 1910. Yeah, the Argentina-Cuba pipeline. I never knew about that. I'm gonna have to read some historical fiction about that.
Historical fiction, not historical history.
No, I really like historical fiction. It helps me remember.
It's awesome.
Because then, like, okay, oh wow, I just read this amazing book. How true is this? And then I'll like go to Wikipedia and like fact check different stuff. So like for example, in A Long Petal of the Sea, which is the Isabel Allende book I referenced earlier, where they have like a long ship journey, I learned all about Francisco Franco's Spain and like the war on children, and it was just super interesting, but I needed like a story to like get me in. I'm just now this year getting into nonfiction though, so I think I can start reading history, but
Oh, that's great. That's really interesting to hear. I think a lot of novelists would be glad to hear you say that.
I hope so. Okay, trying to stick with the time here. We have about 2 minutes left total. So if you're still working on the panel number 4 and you feel really happy about panels 1 through 3, incredible. Like, go for it. If you're feeling like you want to add touch-ups or anything to the comic as a whole, if you have like your own stuff that you want to add, like colored pencil or watercolor, that sounds hard to do in 2 minutes, but go for it. Could be fun.
In encouragement to get people to share, I can share mine because I'm
Oh
done. But
yeah,
in the
please.
last minute or two while people finish up, I usually don't share, but since I'm a little ahead of the curve, I'll share mine.
No,
And also
please.
it's kind of batty. Let me see if I can find my, oh wait, I gotta get my video background
You
on.
can, if you want to take mine off of,
Yeah,
yeah, that way
here,
I can do.
I'll show you. Um, oh wait, and then we'll catch back in the chat. So here's what I did. So I went backwards in time. I don't know why it just happened that way. And I also drew the character I've always been drawing lately, which is
Yes.
this guy dying. And so that was him in the nest, actually. That's him in the nest. So I started with him in the nest. He's overlooked by ancestors. But then back
Oh,
in time, now he's in tornadoes in Missouri, but he's just like flying.
I love her.
And now he's in Oklahoma being attacked by a civet cat in bed.
The
And
cat
now,
is so good, Tom.
and now he's in Ireland just dying amongst all the rocks and barren landscape. So I actually really like this comic. I may develop it. I never would have thought to do this. Like
Wait, that makes me so happy. I just love the motion of the cat attack.
uh
That's great.
thanks. And we do have
Yeah.
people ready to share. Should we just dig in?
Please,
Okay.
please.
So we'll
Do
go.
I need to do anything? Oh, sorry.
No, just keep your hand up and let people know you saw it and appreciate them. So we have Nina, Lorraine, and Paula in the queue, and we'll keep going after that. I guarantee you Nina's will be way better drawn than mine. So you're in for a
I,
treat.
I use my big Japanese pen thing, so it's not so neat. So
Nice. Oh no, I love that.
so my grandfather escaped from Russia during the Bolshevik Revolution, and he lived in Bialystok, which was Russia, now Poland. He was shot jumping from a train in his chin, and they thought he was dead, and they put him in a morgue where the doctor in the morgue knew he was alive and fed him intravenously. So let him escape to Liverpool, and he went to England, and he learned English, and he got fancy photos of him taken in borrowed suits. And then he made enough money to come on a boat to Ellis Island to New York City. And
Wow.
then when I was a little girl in Queens in New York, I used to put my finger in the bullet hole in his face, and he would tell me that that was where the bullet went in. and that somebody in our family needed to be a writer so they could tell his story.
That's incredible, Nina. I full on, this is publishable. Like that's like you're ready to go. I see what
Well,
Tom means now.
I am cursed with too much story, and I'm trying to figure it out.
Hard. It's really hard. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, yeah, and the immigration thing is great. Thank you.
Of course. Yeah. Really passionate about it.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks,
Of
Nina. And this is a
course.
reminder in the chat to upload if you want to be part of the PDF upload. And we will put it in our PDF. Next
And
up is
I'll share anything on Instagram. Sorry, that's my last thing.
Hi.
Hi, how
Hi,
are you?
it's my
Lorraine.
first time. Hi, I'm in London.
Hi.
Yeah, so it's my first time, so please bear with me. I've done mine in black paper
Beautiful.
and it's showing that oh, where am I going? I
Wow,
put in here
that's so
that
cool.
I would like to go to Barbados. I put the trident fork, which is because Barbados flag is yellow in the middle with two blue stripes. My late father came from there, and he came over in 1960 but died in 1974 in London. So I've never actually been there. And then on here I've tried to replicate the mountains and the rivers of Scotland, where
Mm.
my mum's English, Caucasian, her father came from. I've never been to Scotland, even though I'm in the UK. And then I've just put I love London. I was trying to draw
Oh,
Big
I love
Ben,
it. Look at Big Ben. Yeah, I just noticed
Big
that.
Ben, the bus, and
Oh.
St Paul's Cathedral. And lastly, I put LAX. I want to go back to LAX. My brother lives in LA, and I came over there for the first time in April this year, and I absolutely loved it in Los Angeles. So I just loved it, and that's me. With on the nest, that's me
I love this black
on the hammock
paper. This is
with all my
amazing.
necessities. You know, I love tin of beans, so I can't forget beans. It's
Oh
my
my
first
gosh.
time, so bear with me. Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you so much, Lorraine. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
incredible.
Thank you.
awesome, Lorraine.
Everyone's so
Nice.
good
Really
at
good,
drawing.
Lorraine.
We'll go to Paul.
See if I can turn my camera around. Bear with me, sorry.
No worries.
This is me in bed. This is my bed.
Oh.
And me having a bath, me wanting to sleep, me eating food, having a fight with the food, me listening to music and near the lift. That's me in an iron lung, and me blown up like a
I love that.
balloon.
Looks like interpretive dancing. I love that.
Thank you.
Oh, so you did like 6 panels. Wait, you did a bunch of panels.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So you have like one more you could maybe play with or put like a little title in.
Yes.
Wow, this is incredible. Are you also in London?
Yeah, we're both in London. Me and Lorraine are in London.
Oh, I love that. Oh,
And we all live
well,
in London.
oh my gosh. Should I move? Should I move to
Yes.
London?
Yeah, move to London.
Okay.
Thanks
Yes.
so much, Paula.
Thank you,
That was-
Lorraine.
Thank you so much, Paula.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, we'll go to Erica next, then Walter, then Judith. Here we go.
Okay, so mine's a little, wait, firstly, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, you're all good.
Amazing. I never know
It's
if
scary.
the
No, Zoom is
sound is
weird.
working. Also, my camera is so terrible. So hopefully any
I
of this is
can.
visible. I know it's like super blurry right now. Okay.
It's starting
hands on.
to.
Let me sit closer to the lamp.
No worries.
Jump over. It's enough light for me, but not for the camera.
Right.
I know the camera's weird.
All right. So
Oh, beautiful. Okay, much easier to see.
This is my family for purposes of this is myself and my cat. And
Love
I
that.
sort of went a little bit metaphysical since I'm limited to 4 panels. So this first one in the top corner is a weird little squiggly like uh the metaphysical void.
No, I love it.
Souls merge above the world below.
Oh.
And then this one is split with one of these is me as a baby, and the other is my cat as a kitten, I guess. I don't know. Um, and then the bottom two says, oh, that one says, and come to Earth until they meet again. So this is when I went to the animal shelter when I knew I decided I wanted to get a cat. And I had gone a couple times and was like, oh, these cats are cute, whatever. And this one cat that's now asleep on my couch, like just came up and laid on my shoes. I was like, this is the one, this is meant to be. And then the other one, we're snuggling. We have traveled around a couple different cities since I've had this cat for like 5 years, but
no, sometimes
that
the
didn't
journey
really
is like
fit
the
into
acquisition. Yeah.
the
Thank
specifics
you.
of the geographical location didn't seem to fit into these 4 panels. So it's a little bit more vibes of a map than actual locations. I don't know.
That's your family, and that's your family's, movement. So thank you so much, Eric. I love it.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Erica. Okay, we'll go to Walter next and then Judith. Oops, hang on a second. There's Walter.
Think I'm good.
Hi, Walter.
I'm usually very lawful neutral at these things, but I kind of went astray this time. I zoomed in on a tiny little migration. It's a true story. I'll let you be the judge.
Oh my gosh, wow.
So one day when I was in 2nd grade and my sister was in 4th, my mother gave us 2 bus tokens before we walked to school. I asked my sister why, and she told me we were moving from 56th Street to 72nd Street. After school, we got on the 3rd Avenue bus instead of walking. We got off the bus and we were living someplace else.
Oh my gosh.
Brooklyn, New York.
Oh my gosh. That is really wild. Like that must have been so crazy.
We moved a lot. That was the only time the family ever moved without us and just made us catch up. But that actually happened. So thanks.
Wow.
It was fun. I enjoyed listening to the stories. But like I said, I zoomed in for myself.
I love that. No, no wrong. It's lawful neutral still. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Awesome. Thanks,
Thank
Walter.
you.
Thanks. Here we go. Judith next.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Well, the initial map thing was a little overwhelming because
Sorry.
there's so many people in so many places. And I kind of ended up just showing it as there's the East Coast and the West Coast. You know what I
love
mean?
that. Yeah, that's perfect. Oh, it's like a
They were
circle.
all
It's
really
perfect.
significant, except there's Poland and Cuba and Argentina and Jerusalem, but that's beside the point. I very much like your what do we need? So I like to, when I'm in America, I like to travel by train. And I get one of those little roomettes. And basically all I need is a notebook and my little, my pencils and that's my favorite thing in the entire world. So that's what I do. And then when I'm here, basically I just have to be someplace with books and drawing materials. Because I've been so many places and did a lot of things, I ended up having a book about almost every experience, living on a commune in Oregon or traveling
Wow.
across country by train or whatever. So it ended up being about places that I was drawing. On the Lower East Side when I was a like really young mother, like really young, and I had a baby, so I would just draw the baby in the crib. And then Ithaca, New York. Years later, my second husband went to Cornell and we ended up living in, and I had 3 children then. And whatever studio I had, I just had room for the kids to draw too. They had their stations. So that was how I kept them busy. And then Los Angeles, I went to Los Angeles and got a graduate degree and I painted giant, giant, giant paintings because in Los Angeles you kind of have to be very I don't know. I thought of it as being masculine, of like,
Oh,
the men did big painting. And then I ended up just doing books because there's portable and small. So now here I am in Jerusalem and I have all the books that I've done. And I basically, well, no matter how big the picture is, I ended up making it small in a book because that's more, what's the word? It's more mobile. You could carry it with
yeah.
you. Anyway, so that's pretty, this was a little overwhelming. I mean, in terms of thinking everybody in the family. One of the people wrote in the chat that she said she was cursed with too much, what did you say? It was cursed with too much story or something?
Yeah, that was funny.
And I understand that, but you have to change the curse. There's the abundance of it, and we want to just kind of figure out what the story is. So working on
Yeah.
memoir is very complicated in that regard of who
It's
to.
fun to whittle it down to 4 panels and see what people choose.
Right, right. Anyway, thank you so much. This was really, wow.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Judith. We'll go to Chase next, then Nicholas, then Jackie.
Hello, mine is also like Erica's and a cat traveling. So this is my cat. I've lived a lot of places, Boston, Massachusetts, and eating a cannoli. Here in Chicago, eating deep dish pizza.
Oh,
Here in Los Angeles, this says,
ramen.
they have all had really terrific food. Los
I'm
Angeles,
jealous.
eating ramen. Except here, living in Michigan. That's it.
That's so good. Thank you for making a cat migration story. That's what I wanted tonight, and that's what I got, and I'm really excited about it.
Or Michigan. Okay.
I
Thanks, Chase.
know.
I'll go to Nicholas next.
Hi. Had to leave a little bit because I got a bit of a concerning message and had to make sure everything was okay, but I'm back now.
Glad you're back.
For this one, I just decided to focus on mainly just me going to and from my grandmother's house, since it is it's a trip that my family and I make quite often. So yeah, I live in Georgia, and my grandparents, they live in Memphis, Tennessee, and a lot of the times we just like decide to just make trips for about 3 days or so before we go back. Anyways, I just decided to like make it based off of like me. I just grab everything that I could possibly think that I need in my bag, just stuff it all in there. So the first panel is me walking all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, to the second panel, which is Memphis, Tennessee, however long that takes. And the last 2 panels are me just doing things that that just make me happy, such as reading comics or manga, or like whatever else that catch my eye, and of course just drawing. And yeah, it's really meant to just be chill and just be relaxing. Also, hi Carly, you're my editor. I recognize you.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Nicholas. I recognize your style, and I was like, oh wait, this looks a lot like this other style that I've also seen. Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I also really like these workshops because it's honestly, in a way, it's really freeing, because I know that I don't have to go like out of my way to make sure that every panel is like looks spectacular. I can just draw whatever I want, however I want, and it's really freeing. I like that.
That's what I want to hear, because I feel like it's more important to draw than make like a perfect panel. That's how I feel. Thank you so much, Nicholas. I'm really excited to keep in contact and continue editing.
Awesome. Thanks, Nicholas. We'll go to Jackie, then Eli, then Onita. Here's Jackie.
So here is my that's my travel stuff right there. Just water bottle, big bag, and then there's my nest with I wanted to draw my cat. Our cat died last week, so
I'm sorry.
That's okay. We're still including him in.
Yeah, he's still part of the family.
I got this big ass sketchbook from my husband, and I'm trying to utilize it. So this is me. I was raised in and around Philadelphia, and that's me with my bad teenager attitude. God, I can't wait to get the hell out of this hellhole. That was me, my first year of college in Rochester, New York. Just being obnoxious at a frat party. That's me in my first apartment in Chicago. I drew the Chicago flag because it had cockroaches. So.
I'm so sorry. That's horrible.
Okay. I moved out of there after 4 months. And this is me, my family now, my husband and my daughter, and our little house with, our cat in the backyard. So
there's so much personality in these panels. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I love.
This is a lot of fun.
I'm so glad.
Thanks, Jackie.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go to Eli next.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Good. Sometimes my computer does its own thing. So I drew microscopically, so that's one of my problems. So I have two families. I have my birth family and then the family that adopted me and raised me in there. So there's a lot of different places they came from. But it was all like Ireland and Sweden and Germany, and they all came over here for various reasons. But my traveling is I make it look microscopic, but I basically bring the whole house with me when I go places. So I bring all these field guides to wherever we're going, and like a million art supplies, and all these like little nerd tools, like a little laser pointers you can point up.
Yeah, you need to show the sights to the.
Yeah, you can look, there's an owl, and then you can point where it is. So my bags are really heavy, and then my boyfriend he travels light, but he uses all of my stuff, and then
oh my God.
A little.
Don't get me started on the boyfriend. That's
really he calls
annoying.
It his witch's purse. It's basically a little shopping bag. But I carry all this stuff, and then the 4-panel thing. I spent too much time making my travel list, and so I had to kind of whip through this thing. So the farmers all came from Sweden and Germany to so that they could have their own farms. So they all moved to like Iowa and Missouri. And all the scamps and poets came from Ireland. They all moved to Chicago and Kansas City. And then I grew up in the Midwest in all different places, but mostly Indianapolis. And then I fled the winters, which I could not. I hated winter. Down to Florida to go to college, and I stayed there for a while. And then I had to flee there because of I'm very gay and very trans, and they want to kill you there when they're not sure what gender you are. And so I fled to San Francisco so I could have a life where people weren't trying to murder me all the time. And so now I'm here, but I'm very far from the people who I love, which I think is kind of what part of what migration is about, is that you leave for these reasons, but you leave things behind. So it's a trade-off. But anyway, thanks. This is a really great class. I love it.
Oh, thank you so much. If you ever come back to Florida, you can stay with me. I protect them all.
I come once a year. I go to
Yay. Okay. Good.
Tallahassee and Sarasota.
Cool. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad.
Thanks, Eli. We'll go to Onita.
Hello.
Hi. This is really cool. Anyway, I just did some scribbles for my
I love
where I'm from, because it's like Oakland, Oklahoma, Oregon, Berkeley, England, Germany. It's like a lot of stuff. So I tried to represent 3 things instead: the forest, the ocean, and the earth. So we had the little earth bit down here, and then a tree, and then waves. And then I kind of put it all into one thing there.
I'm smelling a tattoo idea. Like I'm feeling that for myself. So that's really lovely. I'm not to prescribe it anything, but I love it.
Okay, well, that's cool. And then let's see. I always get confused about this. Okay, so
wow.
Where am I? Or who am I? Where do I come from? And I feel the world around me, but I'm sleeping in this like little
it's your nest.
Afro nest that's like my hair all the way around me is a little nest. And then all of a sudden, like water comes through and kind of shakes me awake, but it's, something, what is it saying? Oh, it's coming apart. So like the safety's coming apart. And that to me, because like I don't know where I came from in Africa. I just know I came across the ocean and that was disruptive.
Yes.
So, and then here it's like, where will I go next? Can I even be safe? And then I already am safe. I'm safe enough because I'm enough. And I end up back in the forest.
Oh, I love that. Full
So that's that.
circle. I love that. Thank
But
you
yeah, it's
so
cool.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. I hope, I hope people post. I'd love to share these on my story and stuff, not to be weird about social media. But I love that, Oneida. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, no problem.
Great reminder. I'll put it in the chat for everybody.
Thanks, Tom.
Share on social or in the PDF, and we'll go to Gail. Thanks, Anita. We'll talk later. Here's Gail.
Hi there.
Hi.
First of all, I have to tell you, Carly, that the way I first discovered you was through your the comic that you did on Yoko Ono and her cut piece.
Oh my gosh.
Such a good story.
So good.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. Everybody should search that out. Okay. So when I did my lists, I had a lot in my list. So I've moved around a lot. Although my childhood was very stable, as opposed to some people who I know their childhoods were very unstable, and as adults they're stable. But I really, so I started in Queens, of Shea Stadium and the Mets, LaGuardia Airport, and myself.
I love how you include the airport. That's great.
The airport is very much related to Shea Stadium because Shea Stadium was built very close to LaGuardia Airport, and the planes would go over the stadium all the time and disrupt the game. So, yeah, so that was a big feature of Shea Stadium, a bug actually, not
Well,
really.
but yeah, not an
feature.
asset.
I was
pretty.
dying to get out of Queens, though, dying. So I was very excited to move upstate 90 miles to Poughkeepsie, New York to attend Vassar College, which I loved, but I hated the winters.
Oh.
At that point, I was dying to move out of New York. So I went to Los Angeles.
Oh
which
my gosh.
very, very beautiful. I hated the people so much.
Horrible. The drivers made me never want to live there. Ever.
Oh, I hated the people. Although I just want to say, I was working in the entertainment industry, so it's really nothing against probably the regular people in LA, but I hate
Sure.
in the entertainment industry. Okay.
Are there regular people? Yeah, there probably are.
I guess there are. And then so then I could barely stand it there, so I moved back in 1989 to New York. And then of course a lot of other, this is Queens, but this is the Unisphere in Queens.
Oh my gosh.
That's the symbol of my home. I wish I lived in Queens. I live in the Bronx now because it's close to where I work, but I hope to move somewhere else when I retire. Somewhere else in New York City. Just
Yeah.
you know.
Gosh, New York. I mean, I think I've told New York scares me. So it's really cool to meet a lot of New York natives.
New York? Come visit.
I love it, but I'm scared.
there,
It's
Carly.
confusing.
Thank you. This was a great great workshop. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. And thanks for all the chat help with the books and stuff.
Thanks, Gail. Okay, we'll go to Rebecca next. Here we go. There.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you. Great. Thank you, Carly. This is really fun.
Of course.
I did my grandmother's migration because she made some big moves. So when she was a little girl, this is her in the church in Monterrey, Mexico. And she's just basically very churchy when she was little.
Aww.
So I figured she was hanging. Then she moved to the mountains to Creel in Mexico. And she was like always pregnant and just cleaning the house constantly. In the background. And I don't think she would have been able to afford curtains, but I love that, she would have loved to be the only lady in town with curtains. So I gave her curtains for her fantasy. And then she moved to Winnipeg in Canada, and that's my full body shot. Imagine she's just freezing all the time. So
Yeah,
I just
from Mexico.
a big parka. And then she finally moved to the West Coast, but she was always in bed when she lived with us in Victoria. And even if there were orcas in the window, she was still just watching Days of Our Lives. So it says like sands through the hourglass because that's what she liked to do in the last part of her life.
Oh my gosh, Rebecca, I love this, and I love that you chose like a person in your family to follow. And I love that. I did that with my great grandma in my comic as well. So I feel that. I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank
A lot
you.
of fun. Thanks.
Que te vaya bien.
Okay, we'll go to Al.
Al! Hi, Al. Al and I know each other from Gville. We're both
Oh, nice.
Gainesville. Hey, Al. Huh?
You unmute Al?
How do we unmute them?
I'll do it. Hang on.
Sorry, Al. I don't know how to
Okay.
do anything on here.
Excuse me.
Got
There
it.
we go.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, I started coming here because Carly and I met at a market and I found out about this and now I've been coming. And I think this is the first time we're here at the same time.
I know.
It's like
It's really fun. It's
yeah.
exciting. Maybe I'll see you in person in the next year. Who knows?
Okay, so I did a 4-panel comic and it's just about me and my mom. Because my mom was like a single mom. So I'm actually gonna turn my flashlight on.
Oh yeah, thank you. That will make it gorgeous. Okay. 1960.
So
Oh,
I started
beautiful.
here. I kind of did like a split view. So my
Wait,
mom was born in the same hospital as me. Both my parents were in New Jersey. And so it's a girl for now because I am non-binary.
I love that made me laugh. Thank you.
And then in 2010, we moved to Florida, see a haphazard palm tree, and it was just the two of us, and we lived together alone for pretty much my whole childhood. And then in 2015, but this is 2017, my mom got sick and she moved to California for treatment because that's the only place she could find it. And I went and moved to Tallahassee to go to college and promptly left Tallahassee after 1 year as a side note, and I moved to Gainesville.
We can talk. Anyway, yeah.
And then now these are my objects that I had.
Oh, it's
and,
your nest.
Yeah, and I made my mom's heart like filled in, and so I also, not to be cheesy, but I also carry that with me everywhere because she died in 2018. So yeah, but now I'm in Gainesville and I wear my hair curly now because I always used to straighten my hair. And my mom had big curly hair and I did not like that in my head. But now I wear my hair curly. So
I'm not gonna cry. That is beautiful. Thank you for sharing so much. And I'll see you around, Al. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Al. Yeah, that was great. Thanks, Al. We'll go to Edgar next. We'll do 2 more after that, Christian and Marissa, then we'll close it out.
Well, thank you, Carly, and congratulations on your new appointment. And I wish
Thank you
the
so
best
much.
of luck.
Thank you.
Well, and also thank you for the inspiration. Let me show you what I did.
Please.
And I'm working hard, desperately trying to gather information, but this is called Sergeant John Southey, England to Massachusetts to Petersburg to Washington, D.C. And he came from Canterbury, England, and joined the 57th Regiment Massachusetts Volunteer Infantry during the winter of 1863 to 1864. Most people from England joined the South. He fought at a number of battles, including Petersburg. The soldier carrying the U.S. flag was shot, and John Southey picked it up and carried it until he was shot in the arm. He fell, and the metal eagle at the top of the flagpole came off the flag when it hit the ground.
Oh my gosh.
The battlefield surgeons wanted to cut off his arm, but he said no. And so he escaped on a train to Washington, D.C., where they saved his arm. Eventually, he was assigned to the federal prison to guard the Lincoln conspirators. He thought Mary Surratt was innocent. He kept his arm, but it troubled him the rest of his life until he died in 1916. His daughter was my great-grandmother, Gigi, And here we are at Holyrood Cemetery, where he's buried. And the little flag there, I put the little flag there at the last Memorial Day. And by the way, our family did go to the State House in Massachusetts, and we saw the battle flag of the 57th, and it's still missing the eagle. But I didn't have room to put that in.
Your story is so vast, and I can't believe you were able to fit that all in like the 1 minute time crunch that we had at the end.
Well, I did it. It took me more than a minute, but I now found out from going on the internet his obituary in the Evening Star from April 3rd, 1916. So I got to go find that now. But
Wow.
thank you, and Tom for the opportunity to tell his story.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Edgar. This is fantastic.
Thanks again, Edgar.
Absolutely.
As a reminder, we will ask everybody to share it, the PDF, wherever you can share it. And
What's up?
Christian's ready. We'll go to Christian.
Yeah, I'm not that much ready, but I was just writing. I was just drawing something right here. So this is my story. It's more on the lines of like during my past, things was a lot more simpler back then. Like this is I was about to finish a picture of my family right here. This is a picture of my family right here. This is me when I was younger. Yeah, it was more simpler back then.
Mhm.
Back
I
then, it
love
was
your drawing of your family.
yeah, it was more simpler back then.
Yeah.
Things weren't like no more. Well, it was taxing, but it wasn't too taxing. You know.
I get it.
I understand. Yeah.
All
I
right.
just wish I haven't finished it, but I'm gonna send it to
That's
some.
great. Yeah. Take your time.
Go on, Christian.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Christian.
Yeah, the reason why can I finish this? The reason why I put this story is because it's like things were a lot simpler back then. So I was with my family, communicating, like trying to like be more community. You can walk around. Right now she's more busy, and now she doesn't really come with me and my brother.
Well, finish that comment, Christian.
Yeah, please do. And then post it and share it.
Thanks. All right, we'll go to Marissa next. Here we go.
Hello. Oh, so
Whoa,
I'm just a little cartoon
hi.
character right now.
So cool. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, this is blowing my mind. Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, this is kind of what the planning page is. It makes everything so much more convenient. I started to realize that the places I was listing were like my homes. So because I don't know much about my parents' immigration story due to traumatic reasons, probably. But I was just like, let me block out the addresses I wrote on here to not dox myself or my family. But I started listing everything. So I started my timeline off at the Philippines since both my parents are Filipino. They both moved to Chicago and then lived multiple places in the area.
Wow.
Vacation me and then relax me just playing Fortnite.
Oh, I love that. Oh, I love your little headphones. We have matching thingies.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then this is the comic. I just decided to just draw my family at like their respective homes, with the third panel being my parents getting an apartment. Yes, this is a Procreate. This is Procreate.
Wow.
But yeah, the third place is just my parents getting an apartment that's near the Blue Line in Chicago, and every time we're near it, they're like, "Oh, we used to live by the Blue Line." And then the fourth panel is just me living in my childhood home / the first house in the panel to make it full circle.
This is super beautiful and sweet and looks so finished and so good. Thank you so much for sharing this and your avatar. Extremely cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Marissa. Okay, we'll go back to Carly. I'm gonna replace you. Hey, Carly, this was fun. This was kind of amazing, actually. There were so many wonderful stories.
Yeah, that's my favorite part about telling people my story is being like, so where are you from? And then I get to know all the backstory.
Yeah. So quick minute or two, tell us again about your graphic novel, when it's coming out, and then also we'll tell people that they can meet you at SPX and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So the graphic novel is due October 2025. I'm hoping to make that deadline. So ideally it's out in spring of 2026.
Oh, all the time, yeah.
So I have plenty of time. I'm trying to get better at posting about it and like posting panels and stuff. So I will definitely, y'all are definitely encouragement for me to post more on social media. And then I forgot the second thing I was supposed to plug.
That was it. I'm just going to tell people that, so as a reminder, Carly is our new assistant director at SAW. She's doing great stuff already. We together are going to be at SPX outside of Washington, September 15th or 13th and 14th, something like that. So if you want to meet me and or Carly, we'll be there. Carly then is going to go to Columbus, Ohio for CXC. That's at the end of September, right? End of September.
Yeah, that's the 28th.
And Carly is spearheading a zine fest in Gainesville, Florida. So put it on your calendars now, March 8th, I think. Yeah.
March 8th, rain day is March 9th. Sorry, I just had to put that
It's a
in there
rain
just in
date
case.
even. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just in case.
So Carly, this was super fun. Thanks for joining us. And I don't know if you're going out for fun or if you're going to run down to the other SAW, but I'm going to ask everybody to unmute and give you a round of applause and say welcome and thank you. This was really great.
Welcome.
Next week, I'll be the one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Thank
you.
Thank
Night.
you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody. Thanks,
Thank
Carly.
you
Great
all
Labor
so
Day.
much.
Oh yeah, Labor Day. Have a great Labor Day.
Oh my gosh, I
Celebrate.
forgot.
With Labor Day.
Thank you.